Hello friends, welcome to Page Object Model Session 5. This is Haradhan once again from Haradhan Automation Library. Today in this session, I will discuss how we can generate customized report-ng report in Selenium WebDriver during new framework development with the help of Page Object Model. Thank you all for watching my videos. In case you are enjoying my videos and learning automation testing along with Java, please do like and share my videos. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification as and when I will upload any new videos. Do not forget to provide your valuable comment for any input or suggestion. Stay tuned for my next video. So in my 4 videos for new framework development from scratch with the help of page object model, you already seen, right, how we can create different packages under the different folder, SRC main Java, main resources, and SRC test Java, test resources, right, and how we can create multiple test class, right, for different packages, different pages, and how we can create the test case, how we can create the base class, right, how we can generate the testengine.xmls, and how we can add, right, log file, log4j API, and how we can generate log, right. So in this session, and how we can generate the report with the help of log, we can log a report, and definitely whenever we are running it from testng.xml file, right, it will give you the report. Okay, but the problem is that, okay, the testng report sometimes is not much relevant, okay, and it cannot be shared with the relevant stakeholder or your manager. Okay, so that is the reason testng report-ng comes into the market to generate customized report. Okay, so test reporting is one of the important aspect in any automation process. Test report should be generated automatically at the end of test execution. The report generated by testng, which is default report, are not much readable and interactive and cannot be shared with the stakeholder. So report-ng is a good add-on to generate interactive and readable report for Selenium WebDriver test. It can be generated test report in HTML and HTML format in Selenium WebDriver project. User can customize the test report by customizing the tile sheet. Okay. So in the testng, whenever you are reporting, you are extracting default reports, so it not much readable, right, or interactive, and whenever if you want to share with your client or your business stakeholder or your manager, that is not a good practice, right, because this is not in good format, right. So that is the reason you need to use report-ng, so which is also in good format, and when you can get the report in good format, you can share the report with the respective stakeholder, right. So there are basically 3 steps involved, right, whenever if you want to deal with report-ng. So before report-ng prerequisite, I will just try to run the testng.xml file where 2 test cases there. One is, right, Facebook password reset password test case, right, and where we are using that particular class reset Facebook password. So here we want to reset the password, right, and we have also used the logger, right, and also reported our log so that we can get the error message in the testng report, right. Okay, so now I will fail one test case out of 2. Okay, let's fail one test case and let's see how the testng reporting is behaving. Okay, so here in the expected result I am changing one additional 1 value, so the result will not match in the test Facebook page and it will get failed, right. So let's run the testng XML file once again to see one test case is getting failed and one test case is getting passed. So we will run as testng shoot. So that first reset Facebook password class will be executed, and then test Facebook page class will be executed, right, and reset Facebook password class or test case will be passed, because it will be work as expected, but wherever for the test Facebook page class, right, we have given the expected error message is different, so it will fail, it will not match. So it will run one by one test case with the help of testng.xml file, because it will be run as a test suite. So whatever class we are associating in the TestNG XML file, it will run in a single shot. Okay, you can see one test case is got failed, right? Test homepage got failed, right? So if you want to, you can see also logger report is getting generated, right? And why the test case is getting failed? Because the expected result is not matching. Here you can see here the details, right? The error message is not matched. Okay, that is the reason. It is, I mean, it is being failed, right? Now if you want to see the report, right, you need to TestNG default report, you need to refresh the page and you will get an test output folder, right? Here you can get the report after clicking on the TestNG result.xml file. So it will open in the that particular Eclipse only. You can see here, right, this is the test case path, this is the test case fail, like that. What is the time taken for each and every test case, and what is the failure reason, right? The failed error message should not be matched, right? Because the expected was that and we have written the actual was different, right? We have entered one more one, right, in the result. So that is the reason soft assertion is getting failed. Okay, so you can get the details from here, TestNG.result.xml. but if you want to, right, generate I mean view report in some browsers, so you need to select that particular file folder, right, HTML folder, which is emailable report HTML, right? And you can see right now there is no HTML folder is available under the test output folder, right? But whenever we will be implementing report ng, there will be additional folder will be there called, right, HTML, where we can get the path for index.html and we can extract the report in any of the browsers, right? So let's select that particular emailable report.html and press Alt Enter to get the path. So you will get the path here. Just copy paste the path and try to open it in the any browsers. Okay, if you open it, you can see, right, two test case has been executed. I mean two class here, Facebook reset password and Facebook login. You can see this is the test case name we have given, right, in the pom.xml files. Let's see the pom.xml file here, and you can see this is the test case name, right, Facebook reset password, and this is the test case name Facebook login, under which this is the class name and package name, right? Okay, so now you can see this is the package name dot class name and this is the method name, right? So this method has been failed, and you can see here, right, because we are trying to portray the method, right, sorry, message here. So for the first test case it is getting passed, it is printing the message. For the second test case it is getting failed, right, you can see the error message here, details error message. So that's why you can get the error message, right, in the TestNG default report. But you can see here the report is not in good format, right? Okay, it is default report. So if you want to customize report, so you have to use, right, report ng, and also you can use extend report. So I will, in the coming session I will show you how to generate your custom extend report. But report ng is also another form of report, right, which can be customized based on the requirement, and it can be presented to the stakeholder. Okay, so what are the prerequisites for report ng? First, we need to add report ng and goose dependency to the pom.xml, right? So just I will go to that Maven repository and I will add, right, report ng first dependency to the pom.xml file. So if you click here, you can find report ng and you can select any of the versions, like I will go for 1.1.4. so you need to add it, right, the dependency. So you can see here report ng and group id is org.uncommon, version is 1.1.4, right? So I will add it, add the dependency for Maven in the maven.pom.xml file. So here I already opened. In case I did not open it, I need to open the pom.xml file. Okay, this is the pom.xml file. So I will add that dependency here under the dependencies tag. Okay, after that I need to add one more dependency called, right, GUIC, goose dependency. Okay, so I will also go for the dependency. So these are the two dependencies you need to add, GUIC. Okay, if you search here, you can find that this is by google.goose.code library. You need to go with that, and you can find any of the versions, right? So I will go for the stable version 4.1.0. So I will just add the dependency in the pom.xml file here. Okay, so these are the two dependency. One is report-ng, which is from org.uncommons, and goose, which is from Google's, right? So I will save my pom.xml file. So it will take some time to building the workspace, right? Then I need to go to the testng.xml file, right? Here I need to add listeners, right? After adding the dependency to the pom.xml file, report-ng and goose dependency, I need to add listeners, because this is the package, right, for report-ng, right, org.uncommons.report-ng, and this is the class HTML reporter and JUnit XML reporter. I need to add them as part under the listeners tags. Okay, these are the listener class. So I will simply add those part in my pom.xml, right? So you need to remember these two important thing. So I will be adding the listeners after the shoot, before the test. So under the after the listeners tag, so you can under the listeners tag you can give more listener, and the class name, this is the package name and this is the class name. org.uncommon.reporting is the package name and HTML reporter is the class name, right? And you can get, after that you need to also save it. Okay, here, so one test case is failed and one test case is passed right now. So after saving the pom.xml file and testng XML file, so you can run your test suite. Okay, let's run it from the testng XML file again, and let's see whether here, right, under the test output folder any HTML folder is getting generated or not, right? So I will be using run as testng suite. Okay, here remote detected testng version 6.14.3, some error message detected, so I need to fix the error message. Okay, so some problem has been detected in the version 6.1.3.1, maybe so we need to update the testng versions. So let's go to the Maven repository. So maybe it is not compatible, that version, so I will go for a higher dependency, higher versions, right? Instead of that I will go for other version 6.13.1. I will be using, okay, 6.14.3. let's try to use it. Okay, so here everything is same, only version is different, right? So I will be adding it to 6.1.3. okay, let's save it and let's try to run it once again after saving the pom.xml file. Okay, so I need to copy paste the complete dependency, maybe some problem is there, so I will replace the dependency for testng with that complete code. Okay, now let's save it. So hopefully it got saved. Okay, now if I try to run it, right, from the testng.xml file, let's see whether the error message is still being displayed or not. No, it is still there. remote TestNG detected, TestNG version 6.1.3. Okay, the problem was coming because like the workspace was not completely saved, right? The pom.xml file, that is the reason error was coming. Okay, now try to after the project is saved completely in the pom.xml file, right? We have added the dependency for right goose, and then report ng, and then also we have updated the right testng version 6.14.3. okay, now let's try to go to the testng.xml file once it is completely updated, right? Then so we have added these two listeners, right? One is the HTML reporter class, one is the JUnit XML reporter class. Now we will try to extract it, and before that let's I have like I want to fail one test case, so this is the fail test case. I want to fail it, and this test case I need to pass it. So just now try to run it from the testng suite using testng suite. Okay, so it will try to execute both the test case. Okay, you can see Chrome browser is starting successfully. So it will first run the reset Facebook password test class, and then it will go for the other Facebook login page class, right? And one test class will be failed and one test case will be passed here. So this test case is getting passed, Facebook reset password class, and I mean method name is reset Facebook password is getting passed because it's everything is matching. And for the other one, you can see here it is getting executed, but it will fail because the expected result is not matching here, right? So if you select the test case, you can see here the error message, right? The following assertions come, right? Because the error message is expected is like we have given 1, right? But it is not matching the expected. Actually is found as that. So that is the reason is failing, and you can see this logout is getting generated, right? And one test case is getting passed, and right test case suite name is Facebook, right? And this is the first test case name is Facebook reset password, and this is the package name dot class name, and this is the method name. Similarly, this is the second test case, and this is the class name, and this is the method name, right? Test Facebook. This is getting failed. Now if you refresh your project, so you can see still it is no HTML, and under the test output folder there is no HTML folder is available. So this is the step, right? Whenever if you want to generate, so generate report will be in the test output folder. User can open the report file from the Eclipse. We need to navigate to the test output folder, then HTML folder. We need to select the index.html, and we need to right click on, and we need to take the path and need to open it in the browser. So now if you refresh it, so as this report engine is implemented, so as and when we will be refreshing it, so you can see there is a HTML folder is getting generated, right, immediately, which was not there previously. Also, right, JUnit report something is coming. Okay, so we will be concentrating on that HTML report. So there are a lot of HTML file is there, right? So I need to open that particular index.html. I need to take the proper path of that particular file. Now I will open it in any of the browser. So if you can refresh that page, now you can see here the thing is not getting changed here for the testng default report, right? So this method is the test case is getting failed, this is getting passed, and you can get the details package and class, and this is the method name, and also with the help of reported log you can get the method, and in case it's a failure you can get the details of the error, right? Because expected one, that one I have added a 1 here, but actually it's not coming matching. So if you open the right the path for report ng HTML file, you can see the report here, right? Okay, you can see overview and test log output, and you can see this is the right test cases, right? Facebook reset password and Facebook login. You can get it from here. Facebook reset password, this is the test case, and this is the log output. You can see the report in the more better format, right? Total number of duration, pass, fail, skipped, and what is the pass rate, and you can see generated by testng with report ng, and this is time and date and right December, and this is the laptop name, and this is where Java is installed, what is the Java version, what is the Windows version, right, what is the bit of the Windows. So you can get the complete report. Okay, you can see here. Okay, here if you want to go for the pass, right, your search did not result, return any result, you can see the error message here also, right, because for the past test case report I want to use I used reporter.log and I want to print the error message. So here you can get the error message details, and this is the method name, right, and this is the class package.class name. And if you go for the failed test case, you can see here, okay, details of the message, error message is coming, right, why it is getting failed. Now if you click here, you can see the details of the log, right. So that is the beauty of the report ng. Okay, so let's click here, you can get the details why it is getting failed and which line it is getting failed. So with that you can also analyze it, right, and you can debug your code based on requirement. Okay, now say I want to append some screenshot here, right. So I mean definitely I will create some session where I will show you how you can create method for capturing screenshot and how you can associate it either with report ng or in other extend report, and also how you can implement listener class, right. So as and when test case is getting passed or failed and one message is there, so some screenshot will be added, right. Now I will show you how we can add some screenshot here, right. So this message is getting displayed, right, whenever test case is getting passed. Okay, so now for the failed test case I want to add some screenshot. This is the test case is getting failed, right. So say so reporter.log is coming, so report dot that is fine, login message is displaying. Okay, so let's try to add more screenshots so I can pass the test case as well. Okay, so I will pass the test case instead of failing. Okay, so I am change the match the expected error also, so it will match with the actual result, right. Then instead of login error I want to give some name as like link to see the embedded screenshot. Okay, so that's what I want to display here, the reporter.log for the second test case, right, test Facebook page Java. Then here, right, I will add some path, right, for screenshot, capturing screenshot. I will use reporter.log, then I will be giving the reference, right. So here argument I am giving as I want to give some link, right, so it will be starting with anchor tag. Okay, anchor tag, and I am giving href here, the reference here equal to, and wherever I have placed some screenshot, so I want to give the screenshot, right. So suppose in my D drive I already have some screenshot, so I want to add it. Okay, if you open my D drive and if I go for Selenium, you can see some screenshot was there. Okay, so I want to suppose add this screenshot. So this is the screenshot I want to embed it in the test-ng report. See, if you open your screenshot, so you can find, right, this is the screenshot I want to embed it. So I need to give the path here. So whenever you are giving the path here, you need to first give escape sign and then you need to give the path. So I am giving the path here. Okay, then here I also need to give the name of the, right. So this is the name I need to give it, so I need to press F12. So I will be giving the complete path of the screenshot, and what is the format of the screenshot. I can right click here, I can get it again from the properties, right. So it is PNG, right, you can see .png. So I need to give the complete path. This is the path and this is the screenshot name and this is the extension of the screenshot. So I will after then giving, I need to give another space, sorry escape, then I need to close with that, right. Then I will be closing with that tag, and obviously I want to give some hyperlink, right. So that hyperlink, if you click on that hyperlink, so it will give you screenshot. So I'll be giving the name of the hyperlink as screenshot, okay, and I'll be closing anchor tag. So that is the syntax I am writing here. I need to close with colon, okay. You can see error message gone, right? So here I'll be want to provide a link, right? Sorry, I mean I want to provide some log, reporter.log, which will be linked to see the embedded screenshot. So that text will be there. After that, I can get, right, some link. Link name will be screenshot, right? Because it is anchor link, right? And the reference I am giving the with starting with escape select escape character, and this is the path of the screenshot. So it will add that particular screenshot, right, from the path, right? This screenshot, it will add it, right? Now before embedding, right, I need to set the report ng path. So here before starting the test case I need to set, or before here also I can set the path, right? Otherwise it will not give you the complete picture. So let's run it before setting it, okay, once more time, and then we will set the properties, right, for the report ng. Now if you run it test case, so both the test case will be passed. So it is running both the test case, and now both the test case will be passed and no error message will be there, because both the expected result I have changed it for the other test case as well. So it will definitely match and it will pass the test case. So it is quitting the browser. You can see both the test cases getting passed. Now if you refresh your page, so definitely your index file will be updating, right? So if you refresh your page, after that if you go to the path, one is for test ng default report. So if you refresh it, you can see both the test cases getting passed. So one test case, right, you can see here for the one test case message is getting printed, right, because we want to get the message for one test case, right, reporter.log error message. So it is getting printed here. And similarly if you extract your report ng result, you can see both the test cases there. So if you go for the first test case, which is like Facebook login, sorry, which is like Facebook reset password, so you can see here like error message is here added here, right, and this is also matching with that one. And for the second test case, right, here instead of error message we have given the reference as reporter.log is linked to see the embedded screenshot, and here we have given one path, right, for screenshot, that link, and this is the screenshot. Whenever you will clicking on the link, that screenshot will be open. Now if you go for the second test case Facebook log, right, in the default report ng you can see the message is there, right, link to see embedded screenshot. So that is the message I want to display it, right, and that particular link I have given the name will be screenshot, because that is the link, right, with the anchor tag. And whenever if you open the hyperlink screenshot, that particular path will be open and that screenshot will be open, right. So here you can see the something is coming called screenshot. So if you click on the screenshot, so in the same page itself, right, the screenshot is opening, right, it is matching with the one, right. If you open it here also, so you can see the same screenshot, okay. So it is matching with the same screenshot. Now let's go back here and let's also go to the report ng for the other test case where I have given the screenshot reference. So if you open it here, you can see the message is coming, right, but here no link is being displayed. So whatever you have given here in your code, right, it is simply displaying here, right, h reference like that, okay, because you did not set the path for report ng, okay. So that is the reason report ng is there, the hyperlink is not coming, and if you as there is no hyperlink, you will not able to validate the screenshot, okay. So now let's add some line of code before right adding some screenshot here because we will setting the properties. So with that line of code you need to run it, system dot set property, sorry, system dot set property, okay, set property. Okay, here you need to give the key, and key will be your first package name, you need to give it, right? So that is the package name for I'll be giving it for report ng. So that's package name, you need to give it first, then you need to use escape dot output. That is the syntax you need to use, escape dot output, or escape hyphen output, and then you need to close with double quote, and here value it will be false. So that's what you need to remember. Okay, and you need to close with colon. Okay, so that is the package name, and after that package name, whenever setting the property, you need to use escape hyphen output here, and you need to count with double quote, and here value you need to give with false. Now let's save the code, right, for the other test case like test Facebook page, and let's try to run it again from testng.xml file. So it will be running both the test cases here. So whenever you will be dealing with report ng, and if you want to generate, take some screenshot, and if you want to add this thing, right? So it does not matter whether the test case is getting passed or failed. So you can add your reporter.log, right? So you can add some message, you can add some screenshot and other thing. And if you want to open your screenshot in new tab, you can also add some more line in your code. So I'll see you how you can open your screenshot in new browsers instead of in the same browser. So it is getting executed now. Okay, and both the test cases getting passed. Now if you refresh your project, okay, and now if you go to the path here for report ng and test ng default report, so you can see here, right, for the first test case message is being displayed, and for the second test case here, right, that particular reporter.log is coming, link to see the embedded, and here also screenshot link is coming. So it is opening in the same page, and if you again refresh your report ng report, you can see both the test case getting passed. So for the first test case, right, your message is coming, so whatever is there in the test case, and for the second test case Facebook login, right, now you can see here that part, that whatever I want to mention here, right, as part of my reporter.log, here the text is coming, link to see embedded screenshot, and here that link completely is coming because I have already set the path for report ng. So this is the screenshot link is coming, right? So this is the text first, reporter.report, right, so reporter.log, link to see embedded screenshot, right, and then there is a link is coming. Okay, and if you want to see it in the next line, so you can use like break statement. Okay, so you can use it. Okay, or if you want to same line, so you no need to use any break statement here. In the reporter.log you need to use break, right, break br, so that it will be in the new line. Okay, and here if you click on the screenshot link, right, so you can see here it's opening the same page. Okay, you can see it's opening in the same page. Now if you want to open it in the different page, okay, let's say I want to open it in different page, so how can I add more line and a screenshot if I want to get in the next line? So how can I get it? Okay, so here I will add one more line of code here. So I'll be using reporter dot log, and I'll be using the break one, br, simply br within the code. Okay, and here if you want to open it in the new line, right, so here you will be giving some target after the anchor tag, target, and it will be in a new line, so it will be equal sign I'm giving it, and then I need to give some thing, and then it will be underscore blank, and then I am giving another slash and I am quoting it. Okay, so that is the syntax you need to use it. Okay, href here. Okay, here I need to give some double quote. Okay, you can see. So this is the syntax. If you want to open it into another page, another browser, so that particular syntax you need to use after the anchor tag, and this will keep still same. So in underscore blank, right? And this is the syntax you already know. This is the slash I have given after the code, right? So now let's run it, and I have already given another break, so it will be in the new line, right? That particular link will be coming in the new line. So let's run it and let's see how it is behaving. So one test case executed, it got passed. Okay, so because I have run from here, so from the test case level, that is the reason one test case executed, but it will not help, right? Because I have to use those listener class, right? So I have to run it from the testengine.xml file. So I will run it once more again with the help of testengine. Otherwise, those listener class will be not be used, right? So if you run it, so the report will not be in concrete, because you have to use those listener class. So only those are available in the testengine.xml file. So whenever if you want to generate a report ng report, so you have to go with the testengine.xml file. You have to run it, or you can run it from the pom.xml file, where you will be providing the path for testengine.xml file. So it will work in the same way. So in another case, one test case executed and passed, for another test case is running here. So it will be executing. So both the test cases is getting passed, right? Now if you refresh your project, right? So in the test case, that test case, right? This class, test Facebook page class, we have added, set the first the property, and we have want to report some the log link to C, and after that we have break one line, and after that we want to write give some hyperlink a anchor tag, which will be screenshot name, and where if you open the screenshot, so this link will be open and it will be open in the new page, right? Because we have given the target as one different browsers. So now let's refresh both the things, both the default report ng, and here you can see here, right, the one line is getting paste, right? This is the break, this is the result of break BR. So like it is spaced by one line, so it is not in the coming second line. Now if you open the screenshot, so you can see this opening in the new tab, right, instead of same tab. That is the beauty of that particular line of code, right? Target equal to, and then I am giving the blank, so it will be open in the new page. Now if you refresh your report ng report, right, you can see for the first test case you will be getting your error message, and for the second test case, whatever we have customized our log report, you can see link to see the embedded screenshot is coming, link to see embedded screenshot is coming. After that is the second part, right? Second part is the screenshot link, it is coming in the next line, because you have given another break, so it will be coming in the next line. You can see here next line is coming. Now it is the screenshot hyperlink is coming, right? And now if you open your screenshot hyperlink, okay, you can see here it will be open in the new tab, right, instead of the same tab, right? So if you open it, you can see it's coming in the new tab. So that is the beauty of implementing report ng. Okay, so you will get more realistic. If you click on the overview, again you will get the details report. If you click on the log output, you can get the log details, right? So this is the log, right? This is the one log, For one test case, this is the message, and for the other test case, you can see here the link to embedded screenshot, and this is the screenshot link. If you open it here, you can see here the screenshot is opening, right? So that is, you can see it's more holistic and more appropriate. The report is more appropriate, it's presentable format to the client. So if anyone opens it, so they can go to the details, right? They can see the like test ng, report ng, the date and time, the computer name, Java version installed, then operating system, and how many test cases has been passed, what is the pass rate, fail rate, like that, and what are the different method has been executed, different test case has been executed, and in case I want to validate any specific result, I can get it. If I want to validate any specific result, I can also get it. If I want to validate the consolidated log, right, so I can also get the consolidated log here. Okay, so in the coming session I will try to create more session for listener class, how we can implement the listener class, and how we can customize more reports, okay, and how we can capture the screenshot instead of giving some hard-coded path in the screenshot, right? How we can capture the screenshot and how we can add the screenshot in the report ng. In the coming session I will create some videos for those things. Okay, so no need to worry. So thank you for today's session.